Hello viewers, welcome to my channel Automate with Murad. In this video, you will be learning how to load a single dataset versus multiple dataset. This is my first video on the Power BI series, so stay tuned for more videos that's coming up very soon. So stay tuned and learn. If you feel like I'm adding any value in your learning journey, please do comment and subscribe and also like so you don't miss my next videos. Thank you, and let's jump into the Power BI Desktop and I will take it from there. So this is my workspace. Let's start from the beginning. Let me delete this. We can write Power BI. We can write Power BI in the search option and click over here. It's getting loaded. When it opens up, we land into this home page, and from here you can click blank report, and then you can go to get data. Since we're going to work with single Excel file, we can click on the Excel workbook. And here is our files on this folder. So for our case, we're going to be selecting dataset number 1, and we can go from here and click OK. You can see the Excel file is right here. This sheet is the one contain all the data. Since this is very simple video, so I don't want to make it hard. We do not require any cleaning. That's why we don't need to do any transform data. Let's go load it. Once we load it, the data will come over here on this side. It's loading. Okay, there's 19 rows as you saw, and it's coming right here. So if you click the drop down, you will see all these are the columns where you can see there is unit sold, unit price, unit cost, total revenue, total expense, and all these column names. So if you want to see the data for this table, you can click on this table view and you can see all the data are populated over here. And if you click on model view, there is only table is right here. If there is multiple table, you will be seeing them right here on the other side, and there will be relationship. That's what you can make it over here in the model view. Basically, you create a relationship between two different tables. But since we have only a single table, we don't have to worry about it. Let's go to our report view, and it's time for us to do the visualization. So let's see, we can select on cluster column, double click right here. So it will populate right here. Let's expand it a little bit. And I want to see the brand names and their revenues. So we can select the brand name right here and that total revenue right here. So if we select this two, you will see that the brand name and the total revenue has been populated in this box right here. And we also want a donut chart. So double click over here and I can bring it right here next to it. So let's go over here, net profit, total expense, and total revenue. Okay. So you can see that all those data has been populated for this. And we also want to see what are the brands we are selling. So, and who are the distributor. I want to visualize that. And we can select a table for that. And I can populate the brand name, and I can also see the distributor's name. So you can see I actually want distributor name to be first and the brand name later. So in order to do that, we can go right here and just drag this one on top right here. And you can see that it rearranged. So here, for example, I want to see the profit. I want to see basically the total expense and total revenue versus net profit for only Milwaukee brand, for example. So in that case, I can just select over here and you can see the revenue, expense, and the profit, net profit is showing right here for the Milwaukee brand, and the supplier's name is Pro Supply. The brand name is Milwaukee, obviously. So since that's what I'm looking, so let's hover over to Ryobi, which is right here, and you can see that data has been changed. This is how you can visualize the data for a single data set. Now let's learn how we can load multiple Excel file and make it a single workbook so that we can load it in Power BI and work with that. I'll be opening another Power BI. Here we're going to do the similar thing, blank report, and then wait for a little bit. Since we have to get multiple Excel files from a folder, we are going to select folders instead of Excel workbook. We can go to more and then we can select the folders. If you don't see folders over here, you can just type folder and you'll see folder over here and say connect. Now it may ask you for the folder path. So what we're going to do is we can copy the file path. Your file path could be something else, but this is where my files are remaining. So you can highlight that, Control C copy, and then come to the Power BI right here and paste it. Say OK. Once you land over here, we need to transform this data because these contain a lot of this metadata and we do not mess with all of this. All we need is binary and the name. So let's transform data. So at this point, we need to add another column to expand this data. So let's go to the add column and create a custom column. And over here, we can say Excel workbook, Excel workbook. Let's select that. And then we can say content or actually content and close it. Then say OK. That will give us a table. Now expand this. Okay. So here we can see all these prefixes over here, custom item, custom data, and custom name. We can get rid of them in a little bit, but let's get the tables only. Here we can see from the custom kind, there is different tables and choose everything together. All we need is tables. So let's take that one off. Okay. Now we see all the tables. Out of all these columns, we actually do not require all those columns. So let's select the file. We need the item and we need the data. So, and we can remove the rest of them. Okay. Now we can see if you click on table, you can see all the contents that are within this table from right here. And if we need to expand this now, we can actually take this original column name prefix off and say OK. And you can see all the data is right here. Now we need to clean this data. Let's change the data type to date. And then that's good. There is no error. Yep. And there is this one, we can change it to text. This name, we can change it to text. Same thing over here. Text. and this is number, whole number. This can be text, and let's change the name of this to table name. Rename to table, and we can change this name to file name. File, and then so let's drag and drop it right here, and you can see there's 5 different files that we had in the folders. So similar way, let's go to the folders, File Explorer, and I'm going to navigate to the folder, which is in my case in download. So here are the files we have in the folder. Um, for example, you have another file that you want to add it into this folder, and it will get auto updated in the Power BI. How that happens? Let's, for example, you have another file and we're just dropping it in this folder. For me, I just copied and pasted, and I'm gonna be renaming it. Um, let's change the name to dataset number 6, and we can say okay. So for example, this dataset number 6 is a new file, and let's go back to our Power BI, and we can just say refresh, and you can see that new file will be added. Here you go. And if you want to go to your transform data, and you can refresh it over here as well, you can see there is 18 columns and 96 rows, and it will get updated once you refresh it. See, the row has been changed to 11,6 rows. So let's go close and apply, and now here you have the database updated. I'm gonna take this one off, and if you want to get the name for the file now, you can see there is 6 files, and if you want to see total expense in the card, so I can double click on the card. I don't need file name, I just need the total expenses, and that comes right here updated. Now if we are adding another file and update, you will see that number has been changed. Okay, let me go back one more time to my folder, and here let's create another one, copy, paste, and rename that one to dataset 7, and let's save it, another file in there, and I can refresh it from here, and you will see that number change. So basically one more file has been added, so number change automatically, and that is really handy when you have a setup ready and every month you are dropping a new file. You don't have to create anything or do anything. All you have to do is drop it in the folder and refresh it if you're doing it from the desktop app. If it is online, you can schedule the refresh and it will do it by itself as well. All you have to do is drop the file in the folder. That's all for this video. If you think I'm adding any value in your learning journey, please feel free to like and subscribe and comment if you have any. And the links are all in the description. If you have any question, just let me know. Thank you.